just to have a game out of it, because you very well know how Mohammad Wasim is in a very good nick. And it's that if Wasim scores runs,
cut away. Now this is a nice looking shot, and it should be good enough to get 50 for Asif Sheikh. He gets to the landmark. Good piece of footwork in the deep, keeps it to just 2. It's come off 45 deliveries. He's played elegantly as always. Remember, he was the one who made the not out 50 in the semi-final between these two sides 2 years ago. No real acknowledgement to the landmark, but it is a 9th T20 I-50 to go alongside 13 ODI 50s. And his highest score in his career, 68. He'll want to go past that today. Needs to get on with it, doesn't he?
that is why he's giving himself from trying to play over extra cover, over Mohammad Wasim's head.
I think quietly Mohammad Wasim has captained this innings beautifully. He's putting on a bit of a masterclass, a clinic in how to captain when not taking wickets but restrict the opposition and put them under pressure. Something's got to give here between the two sides. Clever bowling again, not an ounce of flight for Kushal Malla to work with over his favourite zone of long on.
Bowling it outside the off stump, bit flatter, not giving the air, not bowling in the zone of Kushal Malla that he can hit across the line.
Have to remember they've got a red hot Gulshan Jah chomping at the bit to get out there. Big appeal and no need for it because it's cannon into middle stump. Asif Sheikh could just never quite get going. It is that little carom ball, I think, maybe just held in the surface a touch. He did get 50, a 9th T20 International 50, goes past 1,500 T20I runs. In the process, he's played nicely, but surely it's got to be Kushal Malla to the crease now. Very good bowling.
Just missed the ball completely. I think it hit the back thigh and went into rattle the stumps.
Yeah, I think that's why he was appealing. He thought that it might have been a plum LBW, which it would have been, but you don't need to appeal for the LBW when it flicks the pad. So at the end of Asif Sheikh's innings, he gets a warm round of applause from his teammates going off. UAE keep impressing, 103 for 3.
हेलो अन्य वेबसाइटमा हेर्ने साथीहरु प्लिज हाम्रो मुख्य वेबसाइट योनो टिभीबाट हेरेर सहयोग गरिदिनुस् न है ल हाम्रो यो लाइभ चाहिँ मुख्य वेबसाइट योनो टिभी को हो है अरूले चाहिँ यो लिंकहरु कपी गरेर आफ्नोमा राख्नु भएको छ है त्यसैले हाम्रो मुख्य वेबसाइट योनो टिभीबाट हेर्दिनुस् न है प्लिज सबै जनाले अनि हाम्रो यो योनो टिभीमा हेर्ने साथीहरु सबै जनाले चाहिँ हाम्रो वेबसाइटको बारेमा यसो प्रचार गरिदिनु होला है त अनि अरु लिंकहरु पनि युज गरिदिनु होला है अरु सबै लिंकबाट ट्राई गर्नुस् है जसमा राम्रो एचडी मा देखाउँछ त्यही हेर्नुस् है ल अन्य वेबसाइटमा हेर्ने साथीहरु हाम्रो मुख्य वेबसाइटमा आएर हामीलाई सपोर्ट गरिदिनुस् है योनो टिभी हो है हाम्रो मुख्य वेबसाइट ल थ्यांक यू
Two left-handers at the crease together. They're going to go with Dipendra Singh Airi at number 5, not the red hot Gulshan Jah. And whilst Airi is a fantastic all-round record, and of course he loves this ground, became just the 5th ever international cricketer to hit 6 consecutive sixes in the same over. Here against Qatar last year in the ACC Premier, it's going to be all about whether he can get going quickly. Big over this one, Hyder Ali to Kushal Malla. Malla's got to go downtown, he's got to go big, and Nepal have got to get themselves into this contest. Really good knowledge. It's cut away though. He goes very close to the rope. Another good diving stop. Just quietly, UAE's fielding's been impressive. That's 2 more runs saved.
From the start, they've been feeling very good. UAE fielders, again, bowling outside the line of off stump, not giving air, not bowling in that zone where Kushal Malla can just step on one knee and play across the line. That is his favourite shot, down to mid-wicket or long on.
Speared in down the leg side. That's going to help. Take every run they can get now. 3 freebies. Irie wants to turn it into 4. It'll be 3 wides. Malla's got to take a risk here, doesn't he? He's got to find a way to pump him downtown.
drifting his line. He was trying to bowl a block hole, Hyder Ali, but going towards the leg stump. Freebies for Nepal.
The Nepal fans are chanting and making as much noise as they can just to try and get their team going. They know they're behind the 8 ball. Just a single again. Good bowling from Ali. They've given no flight at all to Mala. They know their opponents here, the UAE.
Still 7 wickets remaining for Nepal. Gulshan Shah yet to come. Sundeep Sora yet to come. Did that fantastic innings against West Indies in Sharjah.
Good little crowd building up all of a sudden. We've managed to find a way in. There's been a few bits of pleading with the bosses. Please, boss, I need to leave. As Irie goes through the offside, just a single. Those singles at the moment not really hurting the UAE. This has to be the matchup, doesn't it? Even if Mala's going to need to dance down the track, he's got to find a way to show that power that he possesses.
Hyder Ali is not giving that air to the ball, so that Mullah coming down the track is not a possibility. Just staying there.
Well bowled this time into the block hole, so not able to get underneath it or find the elevation that he would like. Every over without a boundary for the UAE at this late stage is a win for them.
8 runs coming off the first 4 balls of this over. They have to make it count, the remaining 2 balls, Dipender Singh Airi and Kushal Malla.
Now Irie looks for the big one, but it's straight to Mohammad Wasim, and Hyder Ali, well, he is pumped up in a big way. Big celebration, nothing from his teammates. He was giving it the big one, leaping into the air like David Warner. And the catch taken with the minimum of fuss. Irie's 6 hitting exploits at this venue aren't on show today. The majority of the second half of this innings has belonged to the men from UAE. They've been excellent.
Didn't get a good piece of it, got the inner part of the bat. Simplest of catches for Mohammad Wasim. He could take that kind of a catch with eyes closed.
Irie's got to go for 1. It's 111 for 4. And now, perhaps a little more delayed than some of the Nepal fans would have liked, it is Gulshan Shah who will come to the crease, but he'll only have 19 balls to be out there for at most. For me, he's been exceptional this tournament. He's made such a difference. The impact that he has had has been quite sensational. You could have argued that he's the game changer in both games so far. He's also got the highest strike rate of the tournament at 184. He'll face up to Hyder Ali. He's unable to get off the mark because it's speared in great figures. We called Hyder Ali out as one to watch. He's a real find for the UAE. He's helped put the Emiratis on top. 1-1-1 for 4. Gigantic final 3 overs in the context of Nepal's campaign, in the context of UAE's campaign, and both sides' hopes of going back to the T20 World Cup. It'll be Junaid Siddique with all his death bowling quality to bowl 18 and 20. And he beats Kushal Malla outside the off stump. UAE's last 7 overs have been exceptional. Nepal have been found wanting.
Kushal Malla beaten outside the off stump. The ball just moving away from the left-hander after pitching. How often do we see that? A wicket falling at the score of Nelson.
Yeah, often David Shepherd was the one. Great former English umpire. We lost another legend of the game, Dickie Byrne, quite recently. Always superstitious. Mala kicks that one down the ground. Now, Ja has a phenomenal record this tournament and a great record against the UAE. Maybe most famously that game on March 16th back in 2023 that you and I and anyone connected to associate cricket will probably never forget. He hit 20 off an over of Mohammad Wazeem, but it's an altogether different prospect against Junaid Sadiq.
It is a very smart bowler, Junaid Sadiq. We can see that he's moving the ball after pitch. That is lateral movement for him. Kushal Malla not getting the ball. Very good connection.
Chips it down the ground. He hit pretty well, and he may have it well enough to get to the rope. Yes, that has hit into the rope, but it's another injury, it looks like. Landing on the rope, getting himself into a spot of bother, and Gulshan Jah is at it again.
The middle fielder was inside the circle, Mohammad Wazeem. That's why it resulted a boundary. Good effort by the fielder there, but I think he's rubbed his tummy on top of the rope.
I think it's the shoulder again, and it's Alishan Sharafu. More concern for the UAE, and again, Dr. Manish is having a hair across the turf. He's dived full length. I think what's happened there is he's landed with his right shoulder on top of the rope. I hope that one is just going to be a bruise and a bit of a jarring and not some kind of dislocation, but we'll have a second subfielder on, no doubt about that.
Excellent effort by Sharafu. He gets his right shoulder on top of the rope and bangs it. Let's hope that it's okay. The umpire is sending off the medical staff.
12th player for Nepal is trying to find their voice. It's actually a lovely interaction between Rohit Pound and Mohammad Wazeem, who are, yes, rival captains, but very good friends off the field, and a huge amount of respect for each other. Two great leaders, two of the finest two captains, you'd have to say. And Mohammad Wazeem looked up to the media sent to the and said, "No 12th player today for you."
हेलो अन्य वेबसाइटमा हेर्ने साथीहरू हाम्रो मुख्य वेबसाइट युनो टिभी हो युनो टिभीबाट हेरिदिनुहोस् न है ल सबै च्यानलले युनो टिभीमा आउनुहोस् है हाम्रो मेन वेबसाइट युनो टिभी हो ल गुगलमा गएर युनो टिभी सर्च गरेर हाम्रो वेबसाइटबाट हेरिदिनुहोस् है ल सपोर्ट गरिदिनुहोस् है साथीहरू अन्य वेबसाइटमा हेर्ने साथीहरू प्लिज युनो टिभीबाट हेरिदिनुहोस् है
He's an absolute fan favourite. You can understand why. Gulshan Jah is in. He's got his first boundary. What can he do with the 15 remaining deliveries? Can he get this Nepal innings moving? Parted away into the offside. He's at it again. Gulshan Jah is playing the best cricket of his life. I have no idea how he's got that all the way for 6. He's picked the slower ball and stood there and simply devastated it over the offside. Outstanding batting.
Bottom hand coming into play. Sliced it over the infield on the offside.
How's he got that for 6?
Is because of the bottom hand coming into play.
Extraordinary shot.
If you remember, he hit 1-6 against West Indies.
Yeah, similar, wasn't it? It's a good shout in the Unity Cup. Bit of pressure now on Sadiq. Pressure on UAE maybe for the first time. Goes through the offside again. Gets a good piece of it again. Gets 4 more. Shades of that over against Mohammad Wazeem. Back at the TU. And it's got the Nepal fans dancing up in the crowd. They have just one player they love more than anyone right now. It's the young Gulshan Jah.
Again, giving himself room, playing towards extra cover into the gap. Placement was excellent by Gulshan Jah. 3 boundaries on a trot. 4, 6 and a 4.
Well, he made 20 off 5, didn't he, against Kuwait, that completely changed the game. He's got 14 off 4 here. It's the hardest art in the modern game. Coming to the crease, Tim David does it so brilliantly for Australia. Every single franchise, every single international team wants a player who can come in and score immediately. Jazz doing it yet again for Nepal here. Full toss, heaved into the leg side, could be taken. And Junaid Sadiq strikes back. Big moment in the game. And Gulshan Jah asking for a no ball. We're asking, there's something maybe just happened after the dismissal. whether there was a word or some contact between the two. Jazz not happy. It was short and it's sweet, and he's gone now.
It was a good catch by the fielder at deep mid-wicket, sliding to his front. Send off by the fielder as well.
Just wonder what's happened here. I don't know if we have the replay of after the ball. Junaid Sadiq has now been given a real talking to by Rashid Riaz. Whether it was a word or whether there was some contact, I don't know. He's only lasted 5 balls, but he's had an impact with that 4-6-4 burst, much more like what Nepal needed. But Junaid Sadiq has the last laugh. Jazz gone for 14, 126 for 5. Well, concerning scenes for the UAE. That's 2 of their batters. 2 of their top order batters, that there is an injury cloud hanging over. And just a reminder, we only have the complete replacement in case of a concussion or a head injury. So both of those 2 Emirati batters are going to have to find a way to bat. The microscope goes even further now on Mohammad Wasim. It'll be Ali to bowl the 19th. Mala is joined by Sundeep Jora. Mala's got to find a way to get him in the act now. Helps this round the corner. No timing though. But we'll pick up a couple. Hasn't really got anything going yet, Kushal Mala.
It was a pace off, hitting the deck by Ali. Good change of pace. That is why Mala didn't time it as well as he'd liked. Only 2 runs off the first ball, off the penultimate over.
Big 11 balls this. Mala needs to find some boundaries. Ideally, for Nepal, he needs to clear the ropes a couple of times. Good bowling, and it's a little feather of an outside edge. It's going to be the end of Mala. Big celebration for Zahid Ali. I think it was a slower ball and off cutter. Excellent catch from Rahul Chopra. And Mala's got to trudge off for a 3rd low score. He's gone for 10.
Rahul Chopra has been very good behind the stumps. Slower ball off cutter. There was a bit of turn as well. That is why it took the edge of Kushal Malla.
Nepal have got themselves in a tangle. They've lost 2 in the course of just 3 deliveries. Jah, the big one, and now Mala rather forlornly has to walk back. He's gone for 10. It's 128 for 6. Great execution. A definite turn off that off cutter, like you said, Paresh. If this would be an over, that Nepal should be targeted.